by Bud Light. Turner and Wacholder against May, Trainer, and Walsh here in our women's final. Well, hi again, everybody. Welcome once again to the AVP Croc Store. Mike Goldberg alongside Holly McPeak. Holly, you won your first ever tournament in 1993. You've won 72 in your career, but when this little girl named Misty May was your partner in 2000, did you think this day would come, the day that she might tie your all-time victory lead?
I did. She's not even 30, and she's about to tie my victory record. So, you know, she's bound to be one of the greatest of all time. I expect it. She's very sweet about it and gracious and telling me that she wouldn't be here without me. But I'm like, Misty, you would have done it with anybody. Come on.
She did it for the first 5 times with you. What is it that makes her so special?
You know, she's very passionate about the sport, and she's a student of the sport. If you see her at a tournament in between matches, she's watching other matches. She loves the sport. She's born and raised playing the sport.
Absolutely.
And she's just such a smart player.
Well, somebody else who's a very smart player, the legendary Karch Karai, 148 career wins. Today, Holly, maybe a couple of years from now, your all-time record will go down.
Well, you know, some people say 148 is untouchable. I don't think so at all. If you look at the pace that May and Walsh have won over the last 4 years, it's an average of about 14 tournament victories per season. If they stuck with it another 5-6 years, they're all over 148 and beyond it. But they've also talked about both wanting to start raising a family and having children.
Yep.
So there's a pull and tug there. But it is definitely within their reach if they choose to do so.
Tyra Turner is in her first ever final, so she's looking for victory number 1. Rachel Wacholder in her first final of the season with her new partner.
Brand new team this year. They both made changes to make that happen, and I think they're very happy with the improvement they've seen. A fifth, a third, and now in the final. The trend is right for them.
It could be a record-tying day for the most popular team on the planet, the women's combo of May and Walsh. And for our official introductions of our finalists, we check in with Chris McGee.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Mother's Day and the AVP Tour finale here in Glendale, Arizona. Let's meet our players. For this young woman, she's been to 6 Final Fours, but this will be her first ever final out of the University of Central Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the powerful one, Tyra Turner. Give her a welcome, ladies and gentlemen, her first final. And her partner, ladies and gentlemen, born and raised in Laguna Beach, California, on to Boulder, Colorado, where she was an All-American. She now has 7 open wins. She's been the best defensive player and the most improved player. Give it up for the cover girl, Rachel Wacholder. Ladies and gentlemen, on the other side of the net, are you ready for them? They are the gold medalists for the United States of America out of Archbishop Mitty High School in Northern California. Stanford University, a 4-time first-team All-American, a 2-time national champion, a 2-time MVP. You, ma'am, are Carrie Walsh Jennings. And her partner, here she is, born and raised in Orange County, California, Newport Harbor High School, Long Beach State University, the 2-time NCAA Player of the Year, the 1998 Female NCAA Athlete of the Year, the 2-time reigning MVP of the AVP, Misty May Trainer. Ladies and gentlemen,
Always having fun, Misty May and Carrie Walsh looking for another win this season, and it would be a monumental one for Misty May Trainer. Time now to navigate our match, brought to you by Nautica. How do they go about things, Karch?
Well, number 1, in a fiddle, you go deep middle or in the middle, as we say in beach volleyball. And the one problem that May and Walsh have had this tournament is receiving that tough middle serve. So I think they need to do that a lot, create some confusion. Number 2, get out the butterfly net, get those butterflies out of Tyra Turner's stomach, her first final ever, and she's got to play loose. They've got nothing to lose against the greatest team in history. On the other side of the net, of course, that team, May and Walsh, wants to put the hammer down and go at that nervous player in her first final ever. And the other thing is, Carrie Walsh has been working on her block a lot, swing and stuff. Swing blocking means she's using her arms to swing a lot. We'll get a couple of replays on that to show you, but she's trying to get more inches on her jump. And she's been doing really well, put on an amazing blocking performance last weekend in Huntington Beach.
Our rules of the game here on the AVP Croc Store. Best 2 out of 3 games. The first 2 to 21, the third to 15. Rally scoring is always in effect. which means there is a point scored on every play, and you must win each game by 2 points. Misty May, Carrie Walsh have been pushed to 3 a couple of times here this weekend, but they are back in the finals looking to win for the 3rd time in 4 events for 2007. Misty May gets us started.
Come on, go deep. Come on. No, come on. You take it.
Walsh, and it's deep. Athleticism shown by both Tyra Turner and Rachel Wacholder to keep that rally alive. Rachel Wacholder had great success with Elaine Young's 7 career wins. The 5 on the AVP circuit were all with Elaine Young's. Rachel Wacholder, 31 years old, former most improved and best defensive player on the tour. Great dig by Wacholder. Answered by May. What a start to this matchup. Turner and Wacholder are getting to absolutely everything. Tyra Turner, 30 years old, member of the Central Florida Hall of Fame. She is an inductee, 4-time All-Conference player, Conference Player of the Year, played in 151 consecutive matches collegiately. That is 5th all-time.
Go, Ty, go here.
And Wacholder again. 3-0 Wacholder Turner to start. Carrie Walsh, 6 feet of sunshine, number 1 on the tour in kill percentage, number 1 on the tour in blocks. 7th year as a pro, and she is just inches behind Holly McPeak and Misty May with 68 career wins.
Come on, let it hit.
And Misty May, of course, with 71 career wins in 121 tournaments, 41 of those on the AVP circuit. She would tie the best of all time today with a victory, Holly McPeak, at 72. Well, the best of the best, if you will, on the women's side of beach volleyball is led by Holly McPeak. Your first win, Holly, Phoenix, 1993. Misty May creeping oh so close, and Carolyn Kirby and Jackie Silva, incredible careers as well. And May again.
One of the things that Misty May said that they were working on this week, she said they were a little bit in shot mode the last couple of weeks, and they've been really working on their footwork to go in hard and get more of a swing mode, attack the ball more often.
4-2 our score. Tyra Turner with the cut, and it rolls off the net and falls in. Good start for the team of Tyra Turner and Rachel Wacholder. You wouldn't know that Turner's in her first final, not the way that she's played thus far. Third Final Four of the season for Rachel Wacholder and Tyra Turner. Take a look at our Bud Light recap, Holly. This time, though, they advanced to the finals.
They did. Well, Tyra Turner and Rachel Wacholder have been playing well, but this weekend was special for them. They did not lose a game until the semifinals. They beat Mimi and Jamie Lee. They beat us third round. Pretty decidingly. They were really dominant and having a nice match. Against Nekeshe Fontana, they lost their first set, but came back after being down 20-18 in the second game to win game 2 and game 3.
And on the other side, May Walsh having a very smooth time of it, which is exactly what you want to do. Take care of business in the minimum number of games possible on a really hot weekend. Last night, their only match was at 8:30, their only match on Saturday, and that was a tough one. Nekeshe and Fontana played them very well. Don Manello, I was very impressed with actually in the semifinals in challenging May and Walsh more than I thought.
Well, here's the other teams and how they finished in third place to Nekeshe and Fontana. They've been in every Final Four out of the 4 events this year, and they were the ones who beat Misty May and Kerry Walsh in game 1. Don Manello with their top finish of the season. Logan Tom, Holly McPeak in a 5th place, along with Elaine Youngs and Nicole Branna. And in the new team, Hakabar and Fendrick, as long as Voss and Ross finished in 7th place. So we saw some qualifiers make some noise, Holly, in this tournament. Saw some new teams, at least amongst the elite on Saturday. But then we end up with the top seed against the number 3 seed here in the finals. Misty May. And she makes no mistake.
There's definitely some new young and up-and-coming players who are pushing the top players. And it's nice to see. For the first time, I think we're seeing people really challenge their first-round match. And that's the first time I've ever seen that on the women's side.
We saw on the men's side, Stein Metzger and Mike Lambert lost their first-round match to a qualifier.
In fact, last weekend, 4 qualifiers beat top 8 seeds. There, it was probably a new record. Just more and more hungry teams on the men's side and now on the women's side. It's great to see that there's some young, fresh blood coming up to push everybody to get better.
And in a big picture sense, it illustrates the growth and the competitiveness here on the AVP Crocs Tour. If you're a beach volleyball player, you want to play in the best tour in America, you play on the AVP Crocs Tour, no doubt about it.
Well, I think more and more indoor players are thinking of the beach as a viable option as a career, and I'm reading that in media guides for indoor players. It's really exciting for me to see that people are thinking, hey, I want to play beach when I'm finished playing college ball.
The only thing that has surprised me, Holly, is that it took this long. There are thousands and thousands of great women's players, great athletes playing collegiate volleyball. So few of them coming out. It was amazing to me that there would always be more men in the qualifier than women until maybe this year.
You're very right.
Misty May, with a hammer.
That's that hitting mode that she talked about that she's been working on this week. Quicker feet, going more aggressive to the ball. A nice set, a little off the net, but Misty May accelerates and quick swing cross court.
Misty May and Kerry Walsh love the state of Arizona. In the last 4 years, they have won the title each season here in the desert, beating a different team in the finals every year, and this a different opponent in the finals for 07. Wacholder. Rachel Wacholder with the point.
Boy, that's the most mustard I've seen on Kerry's serve in a while. It looks like she's been working on that in practice with their new coach, Troy Tanner, and one of the things they're working on is trying to put the same toss-up with no spin, and you can hit a jump serve with top spin or hit the float, and that time she hit the top spin.
Turner, that serve is way deep, and that makes it 8-6. Turner and Wacholder still hold the advantage in game 1, trying to pull out the upset and knock off the best in the world. Oh, happy Mother's Day to all here in the desert where things are starting to heat up. How hot are things down on the court? Let's check in with our good friend Chris McGee.
Thanks, Goldie. Well, it's the same as it's been since I got here Friday morning. Very, very, very hot. As you can see, it's 103, 104 out here with the air temp. This is the Solar Safe Condition Report. Look at the sand. It's 128 degrees. That's why I'm wearing my Crocs. And then you look at the UV index. Very high, 9. That means you need to protect yourself from the sun. I made a bad decision by wearing a black shirt today. Not a good move. I'm now going to run up to my little plush condo where I have an awning and a personal fan and a director's chair right where I belong. Back to you guys.
Geeter, you have 3 personal fans right here because Karch, Holly, and I are all big fans of yours, buddy. And you know what? I should have told him, as I obviously have experienced the desert before living here, do not wear the black shirt today. Oh, bad idea. I mean, you learned that in the beach too, don't you, Karch? I mean, come on, help the kid out a little bit. Style goes away when it's 105 degrees.
He's showing his toughness.
Yes, he is.
Figure, you know what?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Challenge myself.
That's what it's
Going
called.
hard for 3 days here.
8-6 our score. Game 1 of our women's final. Mike Goldberg, Karch Garai, Holly McPeak, Chris McGee, glad to be with you. Our crew from the AVP Crocs Tour. Misty May looking to tie a #1 winner on the women's side of all time. Holly McPeak at 72 career wins.
And it's interesting that May and Walsh are actually going after Rachel a little. I expected them to go after Tyra a little more, being in her first final. Rachel Wacholder, very experienced. 7 wins already in her career, but they're going at her.
And that ball is just wide.
You
So
know,
we're tied at 8.
I talked to Carrie and Misty before the match. They said they were going to go after Rachel. They want to make Tyra set. And plus, Tyra's a very tall girl. She has a lot of range. They don't really know her tendencies as well and feel more comfortable serving Rachel.
And they have become accustomed to serving Rachel as well, because when Rachel was teamed up with Elaine Young, she saw many a service. (9-8) Wacholder and Turner in their first finals together as a team. Tyra in her first career final here. She got a hand on it. Carrie Walsh had been off the net. She had to adjust, and she does so. Good adjustment by Carrie Walsh.
Just amazing to see here. It was one of the first plays of the game, and all 4 of these great athletes just chased the ball down like Rachel Wacholder did in this play. Each of them in that early rally did. They're just showing off what incredible athletic ability they have. Rachel Wacholder just not able to drop off quickly enough and make that defensive play on Walsh.
Misty and Carrie with 65 wins as a team and 97 tournaments played together. Incredible winning percentage.
Come on, go. Nobody line.
Wacholder with nobody there, and she finishes. Good call by Tyra Turner.
When Rachel sides out and is able to put the ball away against Carrie Walsh and Misty May, that's when her team does well, and she's doing a good job of that. She's going aggressive, ball set off the net, she turns it right at Carrie Walsh. Too much heat to handle.
Turner to serve, leading 10-9. Walsh off the net again.
Walsh looks a little tentative. That's
Yes.
her 3rd hitting error. She had 2 easy swings earlier, and it just is looking like she's not making solid contact with her hand.
And thus they trail 11-9. Tyra Turner. Fort Myers Beach, University of Central Florida. And this time they fooled him. Rachel was going right. Cross-court winner for Carrie Walsh, and it makes it 11-10. We step aside here in the women's final of the Sanderson Ford Glendale Open, presented to you by Bud Light. Well, as Holly talked about at the top of the show, how do you not become a beach volleyball superstar when both your mom and dad play, and you come out of the womb, you jump right in and you start setting. You start passing, you start hitting. Misty May, one of the best ever, and she's learned a lot from her father over the years. He's down in the Crocs Lounge with Chris McGee.
Thanks, Goldie. I'm with the leader of Misty's Misfits, Butch May, her father, and Butch. You look at a day like today, she's 1 win away from tying Holly McPeak's record. Have you ever stepped aside and just thought about what that might mean? It's just a huge accomplishment.
Well, number one, you have to look at all the girls that really helped her get to the record. And the main one that really took a chance on her was Holly. And her solid rock's been KW out there. You know, so it's really been more than one person.
You know, this team made a move with the new coach, and they talked about retooling their game. And a lot of people think, why do you have to change it if it's not broke? What do you think that they've gotten better?
But right now they're beginning to talk to each other a little bit. As you saw last week, there was good rhythm. I don't know what Phoenix or Glendale has done to their rhythm, but heck, they haven't had any as of yet. But when they do hit on all 8 cylinders, they're pretty hard to beat.
You know, we've been talking a lot about the heat, and it's just so blistering out there. Have you talked to Misty about it? What has she been doing during the breaks to keep herself cool?
Hiding. She's been hiding in the
Hiding
shed.
from the media like me?
Oh, yeah. No, she's just, she welcomes with a little moisture and a lot of shade. And she wants to thank the tent that's been helping her and all the athletes. It's been unbelievable.
You know, Holly was talking about one thing that the girls talked to her about was, you know, too much shot making over the last couple weeks. They're really looking at coming in and getting a good approach and being aggressive.
Well, you know, I'm pretty sure after they look at some of the videotaping of this, maybe next week, you know, whether they win or lose, they may be a different team next week.
All right, thanks, Butch. We really appreciate you stopping by.
Peter.
Good luck the rest of the way. Back to you guys.
Chris, thank you very much. While we were visiting with Butch May, a good run by Wacholder and Turner, finally silenced at 14-11.
I got it.
Father Butch, Mother Barbara, who Misty lost a few years ago. Beach volleyball players their entire lives, and now they are being able, one from above and one here in attendance, able to watch Misty have such great success.
Rachel Wacholder questioning the referee on that, thought that might have been a mishandled ball by Carrie Walsh. You don't often see her take the ball over with that overhand pass mode. She prefers a bump set and snuck that one in forecourt.
Watch over. Go, go, go! Come on!
Rachel Wacholder finishing with great efficiency here in game 1.
That's one thing Rachel does so well. She hits a low, quick set, but she's able to get that over the tall, long arms of Carrie Walsh, and she does it very well. It's a very flat shot overline, and Misty's unable to dig that.
Just missing the line. Service goes deep off the right arm of Tyra Turner. 15-13, they will change sides. Well, we've changed venues here in the desert, and this year we are at the Westgate City Center, beautiful Glendale, Arizona. Steve Ellman and his crew have done an absolutely spectacular job with the University of Phoenix Stadium, home of the Arizona Cardinals, home of college football's national championship 1 year ago, home of the Super Bowl in 2008. Then you've got the Jobbing.com Arena with the Coyotes and the Sting. And how about the restaurants, the entertainment, all here for you at the Westgate City Center. Great to be in Glendale for the first time. The 100th different venue, unique city that the AVP Crocs store has been able to make their presence felt in. Pretty cool to be out here in Glendale, Arizona for a big weekend.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool, as in it was fun to be here. I know you were too. I was waiting to see who would do it first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Nice.
See, cool is this word, you guys. You pink hat guy and stuff. It's this word we say when things are neat, you know? I didn't want to say neat.
And that is error number 5 for Carrie Walsh.
That's
hitting error number 5. She only had 4 the whole rest of the tournament. In 4 other matches, she only had 4. So 1 per match, and now 5 in this first game alone. That's why Wacholder and Turner have that lead.
They lead by 4. Walsh makes no mistake that time, 17-14.
Misty said the schedule was a little bit difficult. They played 2 matches Friday. They played 1 Saturday night and 1 today at 1. So they haven't had a chance to really get a good rhythm, and that might be one of the reasons Carrie's struggling.
We saw that in game 1 of the semifinals, and they dropped game 1 last night under the lights, Holly. So that illustrates your point that they weren't running on, as Butch May said, all 8 cylinders throughout the entire tournament.
Well, I think when you're in another city to play and compete, sitting around all day and waiting to have to play at 8:30 is a little bit difficult.
18-14. Turner with the service error. 18-15.
At the same time, it's not bad to be sitting watching all the people in the losers bracket groveling it out while you're just relaxing in front of the Mist fan.
And it was extremely nice and pleasant last night under the lights.
Yes.
Great conditions yesterday evening for a good matchup for Walsh and Misty May as they defeated Denekashe and Fontana, but it took them 3 games.
Well, Denekashe and Fontana have been playing solid ball. They've been one of the most consistent teams out here in challenging every team every weekend. They've been, I think they have 4th, 3rd place finishes now, barely missing the final today.
And a happy Mother's Day to both of them. Just squeaking over the net. Rachel Wacholder, a big point there, makes it 19-16. Rachel Wacholder, Tyra Turner facing May and Walsh for the 4th time. They have met basically in every tournament so far. Miami, Dallas, and Huntington Beach. May and Walsh have won all 3, all in under 45 minutes, all in 2 games. So Turner and Wacholder trying to take their first game as a team away from May and Walsh.
17-19.
And Turner's husband, Chad, said she's very comfortable playing against this May Walsh team. She and her former partner played against them almost every quarterfinals and often forced a game 3. So he didn't think nerves were going to be a big issue here.
They really haven't shown any, have they, Karch? No. Wacholder with a big hammer. And so it sets up game point for Rachel Wacholder and Tyra Turner. Trying to capture game 1 here in the desert. Walsh with the finish, 2018.
Right now, the team of Tyra Turner and Rachel Wacholder are siding out really well. So the truth is, Carrie and Misty are going to have to make a big play to keep this game going and force overtime.
Game 1 belongs to Rachel Wacholder and Tyra Turner, 21-18. Turner in her first final. Wacholder and Turner as a team in their first final together, and they take down the best in the land in game 1, 21-18. Can they capture the title here in Glendale? The AVP Crocs Tour Sanderson Ford Glendale Open is being brought to you by Sanderson Ford, Arizona's largest Ford dealership. By Crocs, play hard, live comfortably. By McDonald's. And by refreshingly smooth Bud Light, always worth it. Rachel Wacholder, very strong performance in game one with 11 kills and 8 digs.
But you think about the championship experience that she gained over the last few seasons with Elaine Youngs. Last season, every tournament they played together, they were in a top 3. They won Cincinnati, Huntington, Boulder. They were the only team to beat Misty and Carrie. 10 tournaments, couple of wins, top 5s. I mean, they were around it, and Rachel matured greatly because of that opportunity, didn't she?
Absolutely. She learned a lot from EY. And just being in that consistent top spot and expecting that of your team. And she's teaching Tyra that now. Tyra's very confident and told Rachel, hey, you're the partner that I need. I'm the partner you need. And that's before she'd ever been in a final. She was very confident, and Rachel liked that about her.
Rachel can't take that one. Sean Scott, the man working the video camera, the boyfriend of Rachel Wacholder. And Tyra Turner is finally getting healthy, which is huge as well, because she is as athletic as we have on the tour.
Well, we've always talked about her athleticism as players. Just looking at her, she's a physical specimen. 6'1", she's quick, big, strong girl. She's coming off shoulder surgery in November, where she had a torn supraspinatus in 2 spots and a torn labrum. So to come back and play this early is pretty amazing, and she's taking good swings at the ball.
To recover from that and to come out and work so diligently so early and have such great success is a compliment to the work ethic, if you will, of Tyra Turner.
Yet another reason to challenge her, I think, a little more than May Walsh did in game one is to go at her shoulder, to go at her being inexperienced in finals.
Well, a good start for the world's #1 here in game number 2. They win the first 4 points. They lead 4-0. They can turn it up and make it perfect so quickly.
Well, it all starts with the serve. Misty May goes up, aggressive top spin that's just dropping right in front of Rachel, gets her in trouble, and sets up this dig. She takes care of it. They drop off the net, and aggressive middle.
Karts, not a lot of teams can flip the light switch like May Walsh, can they?
No, and in fact, they had a surprising start this year by losing in the semifinals in Miami and not making a finals. That really surprised a lot of people. But in the middle of retooling their game, they're still trying to find their stride. Boy, did they find it last week's final. But you're going to see more and more of that as they get those fundamentals down that they've been working and kind of tightening on.
There's that great line shot from Rachel Wacholder. It's flat and deep and fast, and it's tough to run down. Carrie Walsh is not touching it at the net, and that's not easy to hit it past her.
5-1 game 2. Walsh makes it 6-1.
Down over the block. 6-1. We switch. We take a break.
They switch sides, but what a great start for May Walsh, looking to force game 3 and capture what would be a record-tying 72nd career one for Misty May Trainer. May, Carrie Walsh in command here in game 2. They jump off to a 6-1 start, trying to force game 3 and winner take all here, the women's final here in Glendale, Arizona. Tyra Turner, Rachel Wacholder giving them everything they can handle, though. Winning game 1.
Well, Walsh is getting a lot of touches on the block, but they keep going off her hands and falling in front of her or out of bounds. She's got to have a little stronger hand position and not let that ball push her out of position.
Turner's been going after her serve all afternoon long, Holly. That time she gets the fortunate roll off the net court.
Well, if you go aggressive enough and hit it hard enough, it's going to roll onto the other team side. If you don't hit it hard enough and you're not aggressive, it's going to fall short on your side.
They serve Walsh. Wacholder with a good swing. Here's Carrie Walsh with the touch, and it's just wide. Great dig a moment ago by Rachel Wacholder, and then the unforced error.
Well, I like the way that Rachel and Tyra are playing. They're controlling the ball on their side. Nice control dig. Tyra's giving Rachel a good set and transition, and that keeps the pressure on their opponents.
So all of a sudden back in the game. Turner and Wacholder at 6-4. They were down 6-1. Now they're down 7-4.
7-4 on the board. Main cross court.
May Walsh won all 10 games they played. In Dallas, all 12 they played. In Huntington Beach. They've won all but 2 games they played so far this weekend, losing the first of this finals to Wacholder and Turner.
On both the men's tour with Rogers and Dalhouser and on the women's with May and Walsh, they've been putting on an amazing performance. Between the two teams, they've lost twice. Each team's only lost once on this tour in 4 stops so far in 2007.
Both of them, ironically, in the semifinals to their arch nemesis. Elaine Young's Nicole Brannon, knocking them out of the tournament in the season opening tournament Karch in Miami,
which eventually cost them $100,000.
It's true.
And the same almost cost Rogers and Dalhouser $100,000 last weekend in Huntington Beach.
8-5 our score. Carrie Walsh to serve. And it's 8-6. The teams will switch sides.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So what was once a 6-1 lead has dwindled down to 8-6 and just a 2-point advantage. The Best Damn Sports Show, period, is the greatest nightly sports show on television with your host, Chris Rose, John Sally, Rob Dibble, and Rodney Peak. The Best Damn Sports Show, period, weeknights at 11 p.m. Only right here on FSN. Mike Goldberg, Karch Garai, Holly McPeak, Chris McGee. Women's final. Misty May. And it worked. Not textbook, but nonetheless, no pictures on the scorecard.
Climbing back, Tyra Rachel.
Tight set. Tyra goes up to dig. Ooh. No, it's Rachel on the dig. I'm sorry. Over on one, but Tyra's doing a good job of fronting the hitter and getting in her face so she doesn't know where to swing, and Rachel's right there in the angle.
And another service error by Turner. 9-7 here in game 2, a must-win game for the #1 team in the world. 41 AVP wins, 27 internationally for Misty May. 71 in her career.
The side-out game for Rachel Wacholder and Tyra Turner is solid. Rachel's passing the ball well. Tyra Turner has beautiful hands and is hand setting, which is not easy to do. And she's given her a consistent set every time, and Rachel Wacholder's doing a great job siding out against Walsh and May.
Come on. Line. Go, time.
Wacholder again. A great defensive play by Tyra Turner.
Exactly. One thing, if you want to be a good blocker and a good teammate on this tour, not only do you put up a great block, but then you chase down the digs, the stray ones like that. Tyra Turner making a great set, only about 3 feet off the net, giving her partner a chance to score that point.
And Rachel taking advantage. 6-1, now tied at 9.
Go. Come on.
Good dig by Wacholder.
Get out.
And she missed it.
Ball is wide, 10-9.
10-9.
And those are the kinds of plays. To beat this great May Walsh team, you have to turn not only the great set Tyra Turner made the play before, but then that one showed a little bit of inexperience, went about 5 feet off the net, didn't make as good a set as she could have.
Made the tough play, couldn't get the finish. Not this time, though. Turner does. And we're once again tied at 10.
Tyra and Rachel both, they expect great plays from Carrie Misty. They said, hey, we're going to be patient. We need to take care of the ball when we have a chance. We know they're going to make great plays, but we're going to stay patient and consistent and keep working hard on our side of the net.
And Walsh with the hammer.
Walsh puts it away. 11-10.
11-10. May Walsh, they must win this game. Chris McGee with Tyra Turner.
All right, thanks, guys. Tyra, your first final, and you are playing unbelievable. You having a good time out here?
I am. You know what? I'm just in game mode right now. This is wonderful. We have fans and great support, so I'm ready to go.
Now, they're not serving you very much. Were you surprised about that?
I was. I thought they were going to serve me every ball, but, I prepared for it, and Rachel's doing a great job passing, and we're siding out, so we're right in there.
Now, you had shoulder surgery back in November. How you feeling now? What percentage is it at?
Dr. Thomas, I love you. We're doing great. 100%. 100%. We're ready to rock.
And it's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day out there. I love you, Mom. All right, Tyra Turner doing a great job. She's up 1-0. We'll be back with more in a minute.
Well, how about Nicole Brannon and Elaine Youngs through 3 events in 2007, the leaders on our Crops Cup standings board. Brannon and Youngs obviously took the title to begin the year, and up until now they had been in every Final Four, but defeated early, taking a 5th now, so May Trainer Walsh will take the points lead as we head next week to Hermosa Beach.
And we got a lot of gold medals around this stadium, that's for sure, with Troy Tanner, the coach of May and Walsh this year, sitting down there, having taken over the reins earlier this year, really helping them as they try to tighten their game. And on the other side of the net, Carrie Podhurst, the gold medalist from Sydney in the beach volleyball competition. Of course, we got 2 gold medals on the court with May and Walsh. Of course, they're also aiming to win another one and defend their title in Beijing next year.
2004 gold medalist in Athens. Wacholder. And she caught the corner.
Wacholder's doing a great job. She's challenging Walsh, but she's really pushing May and using the width of the court. She's going line, sharp angle, line, sharp angle. She's doing a great job putting the ball away.
Not going away, this 3rd-seeded team of Rachel Wacholder and Tyra Turner. Walsh with the block.
Well, Carrie Walsh just saved herself with that block. That side out was a very tentative swing. The game's getting tight. She needs to stay aggressive. I think possibly a little bit wider set will give her more room. But this is a great aggressive block to save that point for her team.
Oh, that one's too deep.
And we've seen now 3 plays that Turner has made less than optimum sets on. You can't do that against May Walsh and expect to beat them. There were 2 transition plays, and then this one blows over worst of all and actually becomes an overset with the top spin and the slight wind that's going toward May Walsh. Easy point for Walsh as a result. Turner has to pull that ball off at least 2.5 feet for Rachel Wacholder to get a good swing. That's a better set right there.
And the difference on the swing, will it be enough though? Kept alive neatly. And May with the finish. Good point.
That's the aggressive attack mode. And if you saw in that play, Carrie Walsh set a lower ball. Misty May was up close to the net. They ran a quicker set, and Misty went up really hard. She digs it off the net, a short ball, sets a real low, quick ball, and Misty comes in hitting mode. Quick feet and aggressive. Great swing.
Walsh and May going on a little run here to lengthen their lead to 14-11. And with that, Rachel Wacholder and Tyra Turner want to talk about things. They take the timeout. Women's final, the Sanderson Ford Glendale Open in Glendale, Arizona. May and Walsh have won 4 of the last 5 points.
Well, we're seeing, not necessarily hearing, but seeing Troy Tanner working with May and Walsh there. I'm impressed with how Turner and Wacholder didn't just fold their tent. When they fell down 6-1 at the beginning of this game, they could have thought, well, oh God, you know, we'll go to game 3, and then they came right back and tied it. Now they have an opportunity to respond again. They had an opportunity to respond down 6-1, giving up a few points, down 3 here. Another great opportunity to show if they can rebound from this, that could really shake May and Walsh thinking, wow, what do we have to do to get rid of this team? And so that's a great opportunity for them to get a strong side out, maybe a tough serve to Walsh, a point, and they're right back in and only down by 1.
Like that little gnat flying around you just can't get it out of the way. Wacholder has defeated May Walsh before. She defeated them on multiple occasions when she was partnering with Elaine Young, so she has tasted victory against this best team in the world.
Yep, and I think that was a bit of a mistake by Walsh. I don't think she meant that serve to go to Turner there after having gotten a few points off Wacholder. You've got to keep the pressure on. If you're getting points off one player offensively, make that next serve go there again.
Rachel and EY defeated them 3 times in 05, twice in 06. Hermosa and Atlanta in 06.
Ty Turner's been going for her serve, but she has been missing it long. You know, coming back from shoulder surgery, I'm sure it's not feeling as good as it did at one time, but it will get there the more she swings. But she said she's going to still stay aggressive on her serve. She has been scoring points off that all weekend.
15-13. Walsh and May, they lead here in game number 2. They must win game 2. Third game would be to 15. Third final in 4 events for Wacholder and Turner. They were 5th place finisher in their first event together, that the season opening event in Miami. Over the top, Misty May. Rachel's really getting to a lot of balls here in this matchup. She's really playing tough defense.
Rachel's quick. She can run a lot of balls down. Tyra's very big at the net. She's waiting. She has big, strong hands, and she's trying to take as much court away from them as she can, and Rachel's touching everything else. Their defense looks really strong.
Walsh on 2, and she finds the line. 17-13. Turner last year played with Makari Wilson. No Final Fours in their 9 tournaments together, but then when she played a couple of tournaments with Nancy Mason, she made a Final Four. 3rd place finish in Brooklyn. And over the top is Wacholder.
One thing, it looks like Misty May isn't quite setting herself in defensive position, and then she's not able to explode after that Wacholder line shot.
Carrie Walsh. Wacholder had a little steam on that one. But May was there with a better hit and a better finish and a better result, 18-14.
This is a nice, aggressive, sharp angle by Rachel Wacholder. Misty May, great. It goes right back, aggressive, even sharper at Tyra.
Now Misty with the big swing. 3 points away from forcing game number 3. Net court allowed on the beach. On 2. May recognized, and she takes advantage.
19-14.
Don't want to try that shot on Misty May, Holly McPeak, and about 3 other ladies out there. They're going to gobble that thing up. And the other thing I don't like about it is it doesn't show as much confidence in your partner offensively as it could. And Rachel's too strong to have to shoot it over on 2.
Here's Rachel. And there you see a perfect example of what you spoke of, Karch. And do you at times, Holly, do you get impatient when things are going well for the other team, especially when it's a team of May Walsh? You just start trying things that you know you really shouldn't, but you just get impatient?
Well, I think, sometimes you feel like you need to mix it up, but Rachel's having a great side-out game. Wow, that serve down the middle has been working against May and Walsh all weekend. I'm not quite sure why, but that just straight down the middle from the middle. Nobody's aggressive. Nobody wants it. They both look at each other. Boom. Ace.
They had problems with that in the match yesterday evening against Denekashe and Fontana. And had that ball then a few plays ago not been shot over by Turner, it'd be 18-17 right now.
19-16 our score. And Walsh with the kill. 20-16 game point. Misty May and Carrie Walsh. The line did Rachel Wacholder. 2017 game point number 2.
Rachel Wacholder is owning all the lines and using the court really well.
Right in the corner. Game point number 2. So the men's final and the women's final both go to 3 here in the desert. First time we've seen one go to 3 on the women's side this year. dominant in the desert, May Walsh, but they lost game 1 to Rachel Wacholder and Tyra Turner, 21-18. They had the answers in game 2, jumping out to a 6-1 lead, only to see that lead disappear, but to go on a run late and force game 3 by winning game 2, 21-17. May and Walsh trying to win for the 3rd time this year, and in so doing, Misty May would tie Holly McPeak with 72 career wins, the most for any female player in the history of the beach. The Sanderson Ford Glendale Open presented by Bud Light. Mike Goldberg, Karch Garai, Holly McPeak, Chris McGee. 3rd and final game to 15. Would be a record-tying day for Misty May. Trailing her just by a couple of wins with 68 in her career, Carrie Walsh. Good recognition by Misty May. Good communication by Carrie Walsh.
That was an inch out. She got there with her feet backed up to see the ball drop, but wow, that's a little bit lucky. She's there with her feet, but just 1 inch long.
And Walsh called that with authority. I wouldn't have been that certain. I'm impressed that she knew that was out. That close, man.
Kept alive, but the ball travels out. Karchi, what did Tyra and Rachel have to do here in game 3 to echo their results from game 1 and pull off this upset?
Well, they were really patient, and they made the plays when they had opportunities. When Rachel Wacholder dug a ball, Turner gave her a good set. They made a few mistakes on that in game 2 and let May Walsh off the hook. So when Wacholder gets the ball up, they need to make a good play and give themselves an opportunity to score the point on that. And other than that, I don't think they have to change much. They've both been solid offensively, solid passing and setting.
And got themselves back into game 2. And we're in a position to win. Misty May down the line, and we are tied at 2. Holly, as it seems inevitable, if it's not this week or next week, it'll be the week after. What are truly your emotions that Misty May and soon Carrie Walsh are going to surpass your total of 72 wins, something that you should and are very, very proud of?
Well, you know what? I love the sport of beach volleyball. I've played for many years. I've had a lot of success. A lot of great things have come out of the sport for me. And Misty May is a special player, as is Carrie Walsh. They're going to break my record. It's inevitable. And they've done great things for the sport. And I'm proud to be on a list with great names such as theirs, Carolyn Kirby, Jackie Silva. People who have done a lot for the sport of women's beach volleyball.
Well, Holly McPeak has done as much as anyone with 72 career wins. May, hoping today is the day she ties Holly McPeak. Oh, the world is, in the volleyball world at least, they're all chasing Misty and Carrie, and sometimes Misty and Carrie get caught. Most of the time, there's a girl named Elaine Young's on the team, or Rachel Wacholder, which could be the case again today. Really, if it hasn't been, Karch and Holly, if it hasn't been Rachel and EY, or Rachel or EY, we haven't seen anybody beat this team in a long time. Yep.
Go, go, Misty.
Wacholder.
Go, 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 go.
finds the line. Definitive call by the line judge.
Like I said before, Rachel is hitting all the lines, so she's just not making too many errors and taking care of the ball. This is a deep corner shot that just hits the line.
Rachel's first 2 international wins, her only 2 international wins, were actually with Carrie Walsh. Battle at the net, won by Tyra Turner.
And we're talking about win records. This team of May Walsh has won 65 tournaments together, so pretty soon not only are they going to be the 2 winningest individuals, but they just put themselves so far beyond with the team victories. They're going to start, if they stick together a few years, start challenging the all-time mark that Randy Stokely and Cynthia Smith had over 100.
114 in 235 tournaments for Stokely and Smith. You and Ken Steffes had 75 wins together in 117 tournaments. Dodd and Hovland 53, but you look at the percentage that they are winning at as well, Karchi. It just amazes me how dominant, as it does the entire volleyball world, that they have been over the years.
And it means that they just rack up 14, 15 wins each and every year. It's like money in the bank for them.
Like we said at the top of the show, we might be talking one day about Misty May and Carrie Walsh topping 148 or more. You still got some tournaments this year, partner, but 148 or more, your all-time record of wins on the beach. And we're not saying you're stopping at 72 either, Holly.
They are definitely capable of that.
And a wide serve.
5-5.
If you're going to stay down and serve a floater from the bad side, you've got to keep it in the court. You've got to give your team an opportunity to score. Missing a serve in game 3 is tough, especially if you're not going aggressive. She tries to go deep to Misty's corner and just misses it a little bit wide.
Turner over the top, dug by May. Turner had to adjust, and she does so. Cut shot by Tyra Turner, 6-5.
This is a great diving layout by Misty May. Tyra Turner does a good job jumping back, staying behind the ball, and putting the ball into the cut shot area and a kill on a pretty offset for a transition play.
And she caught the line.
6-6.
If I were Turner at the net blocking and that ball blows off like that, I would definitely think about dropping off the net and going into defensive mode. That's a hard play for Misty to hit with power from 6 feet off.
A great cut shot by Tyra Turner. Perfectly executed.
This is Tyra Turner's first year playing on the left side, and she's really mastered the shot. She does a good job, good hard approach, nice hand slice to the right, which makes that ball drop short.
And answered by Misty May, tied at 7.
Well, I think it's interesting that Rachel and Tyra are going after Misty, who's been pretty solid on side out. Carrie was the one that made the errors earlier.
A lot of errors in game 1. Led to the victory in game 1 for Wacholder Turner. Battle at the net, won by the much taller Carrie Walsh. That's 6-3 against 5-9 at the net. That's a tough matchup for Rachel Wacholder. Misty May, Carrie Walsh trying to win on what could be a historic day for Misty May, and she is down on the sand with Chris McGee.
Hi, Misty. God, I know it's hot out there. How you feeling?
Good, good, good. You know, Carrie and I, we need to just focus and do what we need to do on our side, and we're getting back in there.
Now, I know you're finally starting to go to Tyra. Is that the plan the rest of the way?
We're not supposed to be going to Tyra. So, no, that is not the plan.
So that service by accident.
Yes, that was a terrible serve. But, no, we want to get the ball, I think, back on Rachel.
All right. Hey, good luck the rest of the way, Misty. We appreciate it. All right, Misty May, Carrie Walsh in a fight, leading 8-7 here in game number 3.
Oh, what a great third and final game. 6 ties, 3 lead changes already. May Walsh never led in game 1. First 2 games there were only 4 ties overall. This one back and forth and continues to do so. Never led game 1, never trailed in game 2. And now we've got a ton of ties and a 2-point lead for Walsh and May over Wacholder and Turner. Big swing by Rachel. May with a great dig. Carrie Walsh kept the ball alive, and May with the finish.
Misty May's really feeling it. You can tell defensively she's making a lot of great digs, but she's also doing a good job in transition, looking at the court and putting it into the open spot for the kill.
4-0 run and a much-needed timeout taken by Rachel Wacholder and Tyra Turner. When things get into that championship mode, there's the experience of Misty May and Carrie Walsh. Well, don't forget, Sports Ultimate Nightly Highlight Show is here. The FSN Final Score. Every great highlight, every unforgettable moment, every night on FSN. It's the only national show that gives you nothing but wall-to-wall highlights. The FSN Final Score every night on FSN. Check your local listings for the start time in your area.
Some of this court having given every single thing, every inch. No way is this game over. These girls, you in defense, you guys are all over. Just take care. When we get an opportunity, take care of the set. Yeah, here we go.
That's what we were talking about before. That's their coach, Carrie Podhurst, gold medalist from Sydney. When they get an opportunity, make sure they take advantage of it by making a really good set. Not too close to Carrie Walsh's block, but not too far off the net. Really got to put the hammer down if you want to beat this great May Walsh team.
Yeah, and they need to take advantage of any opportunity they have now. Set was too tight. It leads to the joust, the victory, and the point for Carrie Walsh and Misty May. Exactly what they did not want to do, Karch.
And I'm impressed with Tyra Turner's hands. She's got a nice touch on the ball, but that one just went too close. It's like making the same mistake against Phil Dalhouser. There's no way you can put the ball closer than 2 feet off the net with Walsh's block.
Perfectly executed. Still a great dig by Misty May. Run down by Wacholder. Ball still in play. Misty May.
Watch it. Double line. Come on.
Best point of the match. How good is that? 12-7.
Great digs all around by all 4 players. What a great rally. Great athleticism by Tyra Turner, getting off the net and digging some great balls.
That could very well be the next to last nail in the coffin, because that point has to demoralize Turner and Wacholder. They got to rebound from it immediately, down 12-7. And they do.
And after that long rally, they probably would have liked to have had a timeout, but they had just burned one play before, so they had no way to stop it. But they came back strong here. This is time where Rachel Wacholder's got to come up with a tough serve and a point-scoring opportunity as time's running out. Only 3 more points for May Walsh to win this match.
12-8. 13-8. Working in the heat. 120 plus degrees, nearly 130 degrees on the sand. Temperatures about 108, 109 throughout the day. And these young ladies have been battling a full hour here in the women's final. Walsh with authority. 14-8 for Misty May and Carrie Walsh. 1 point away from tying the record of 72 career victories by Holly McPeak is Misty May. Game, match, championship point.
Nice side out with everything on the line right there. Rachel goes up aggressive. She was set kind of in the middle. Carrie Walsh had a big area, but she's able to chisel it right through the block.
Game, match, championship point number 2. To tie Holly. It is all over. Misty May has won for the 72nd time in her career. She ties the all-time best of Holly McPeak. May and Walsh win game 3, 15-9, and reign supreme in the heat of the desert.
Very much. Good.